Regular meeting of the Lake County Board of Commissioners. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Dear God, please bless our meeting today. May our discussions be fruitful, our decisions wise, and our community strong. Amen.
Amen.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Here.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Here.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Present. Next on the agenda, the clerk will read a statement pursuant to a grant for the Sheriff's Office.
Pursuant to the requirements of the grant, notice is hereby issued that the Lake County Sheriff's Office intends to apply for the Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant, JAG program, fiscal year 2024, local solicitation in the amount of $23,920 to purchase a 2024 police vehicle, patrol vehicle. This vehicle will be fully marked and equipped for emergency service and will replace an older vehicle that is currently in use.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next on the agenda is public comment. Any member of the public wishing to address the board, please come forward. State your name and address, and you have 3 minutes.
Chris Bahari, 185 West Jackson Street. The month of December is the last month of this calendar year, and in all major religions, each religion has their founder's birthday. We just celebrated 2 days ago Buddha's birthday, and soon Krishna's birthday, and many, many others. So what I would like to do is that in our moment of silent meditation and prayer is to be thankful for all people and to be thankful for all their relations that they have with the divinity of the Almighty. I know it's very important that we have communication and response to what we call our Heavenly Parent. The other day when the snowstorm hit, my glasses went into a snow pile. I was thinking, oh my goodness, do I have to look through all the different snow piles to find this? So I said a prayer, then later I had a short nap, and in the nap, I saw my glasses on top of the melting snow. And God said to me, just wait, it'll be there. So like in many circumstances, sometimes we just have to wait, not complain, not to get overexcited, but to think about the larger purpose. And there it was 2 days ago, the same way that I saw it in my dream. So I want to really thank all the powers. So let us have a moment of silence for all the people that celebrate their relationships with the Almighty. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Thank you. Anyone else for public portion? Anyone else? Going once, going twice? Mr. Mayor.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
I'm going to talk, I guess, about property taxes and valuations. We've been doing a lot of investigating about the mass appraisal method, and we're finding a lot of flaws in that, which I'll bring up at another time. But, you know, this whole thing about property taxes, about the going up, the valuations of the properties, you know, I've come here many times and spoke about how, you know, there are many houses that go up, they're being flipped. They'll sell for a low price, then do repairs. A year later, they'll sell for double the price. And then, again, those are used as comparables to other homes in the area. So again, that's part of the mass appraisal method. I understand that, you know, we're supposed to go to blame our state representatives, school boards, obviously, because they set the rate, the effective rate and all that. But again, we need a lot more oversight from our county auditor's department. Again, needs to look out for the residents and for all of us. I mean, I guess where the problem is that you got to follow the money. And the majority of our property tax is 60% over, goes to school boards. And the thing is that while the state mandates and dictates 100% of how they are to run the schools, they only contribute, like in Willoughby East Lake School District, only 17%. 80% of the budget for Willoughby East Lake Schools goes to administrators and teachers, it's people. Again, how does that help the kids when you have low proficiency rates? You know, kids can't come out of third grade, they can't read, and they're with a 45% proficiency rate of reading, and again, they're being passed to fourth grade. You know, just a lot of these problems, and again, if the state wants to dictate what's be done, and we want something fair and equitable for all schools, the state should take over. And that would basically get rid of a burden of not just the seniors. Again, we need relief for the seniors, absolutely. But again, some of the bills out there at the House, they're giving us fractions of the crumbs back, okay? And you have to still meet certain criteria to get that. It's not fair and equitable for everybody. You know, why should only the seniors get part of the benefit, which again, we need for them, but also every other family, you know, and then also the families starting out, young families. You know, there's no incentive anymore for even these young kids to want to buy a house. It's just out of their price range. And then again, they're buying these houses that are in severe in need of repair and maintenance. You know, it's unbelievable. But then again, they're saying, well, the market dictates that this is what it should be at. So again, my issue is, you know, I think we need to look at the state to take over the schools. This way they can basically mandate and run it more fair and equitable for all and relieve that burden from the taxpayers so that we don't get burdened. And again, we don't have to worry about these also appraisals where, again, we understand we have to help our communities out, but again, we can't be supporting schools. We voluntarily pay to support or voluntarily vote to support these schools, and again, we get penalized if we don't pay in 3 years, if we don't pay our property tax, obviously, they'll start foreclosure proceedings. And this is the way the law is written, and it needs to be changed. So I look at the commissioners maybe to lead the way in Ohio as the first county in Ohio to do property tax reform and hopefully use some of the ideas and suggestions that I've brought here today. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for public portion? Anyone else? Going once, going twice, then on to resolutions. Madam Clerk.
In the engineer's office, resolution providing for the issuance and sale of not to exceed $7,750,000 aggregate principal amount of notes in anticipation of the issuance of bonds to pay costs of constructing, reconstructing, paving, and otherwise improving road improvements in the county, including related improvements and all necessary appurtenances thereto.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
In the Utilities Department, resolution approving final estimate number 2, release of retainage in the amount of $3,480 with Great Lakes Crushing LTD and accepting a 3-year maintenance bond in the amount of $7,900 for Hardy Road Regulator Project 468W 2023 for the Lake County Department of Utilities.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
In the Commissioner's Office, resolution authorizing execution of a sole source agreement with Root Integrated Systems for an audiovisual expansion at the Emergency Operations Center in an amount not to exceed $176,400.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Resolution authorizing the Lake County Administrator to enter into a contract between the Lake County Board of Commissioners on behalf of the Building Department and various political subdivisions in Lake County, Ohio, for the services of the Lake County Building Inspection Department.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
In the Finance Department, resolution approving payment of bills as listed on the Commissioner's Approval Journal in the amount of $4,003,300.77.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Regovich.
Abstain.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Resolution approving purchase orders as listed on the Commissioner's Purchase Order Approval Journal in the amount of $1,658,079.54.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Resolution increasing appropriations through various general and non-general fund accounts.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Resolution transferring cash and appropriations within various general and non-general fund accounts.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes. With the conclusion of resolutions, it's time for departmental reports, beginning with utilities.
No report today, Commissioner. Thank you.
Then Job and Family Services.
Following Randy's lead today and also no report.
On to our County Administrator, Jason Boyd.
Following Suzanne, no report.
Madam Clerk?
The next commissioner meeting is scheduled for this week, Thursday, December 12th at 10 a.m.
It would appear we have an impromptu report from our Director of Administrative Services.
I love being impromptu. At that meeting on Thursday, we will have the temporary general fund budget for the commissioner's consideration. So 2 days away from that.
Very good. And lastly, legal.
No report, Commissioner.
Thank you. With the conclusion of departmental reports, it's time for old business. Any old business to come before the board? Hearing none, any new business?
Mr. President.
Mr. Commissioner?
This past week, I was able to get down to CCAO in Columbus for a couple days, and I got some very good information. I was able to sit in on communication lessons about crisis, which they all say it's not if, it's when. But it was about the commissioner from the Springfield area when the whole dog and cat thing came out and how they handled that, which was an interesting conversation. Also attended their business meeting. We also did child care, how it relates to a lot of economic development in the county, and how child care is still a big issue to get people back to work. A lot of people are prevented to get back to work because they don't have the child care available. So there's some good ideas happening in other counties that we can look into there. And a couple other good things with land banks and stuff, the changes they're going to make. They did present several ideas about property tax. One was a 3-year look back instead of a 1-year look back on valuations statewide. So there's a couple of the committees that submitted some information to our lobbyists there, who are presenting it to all of our representatives down there. So it was a good 2 days.
Thank you. Any further new business? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn into executive session for legal pending litigation. No business will be conducted after this session.
So moved, sir.
Second?
Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes, we stand adjourned.